Well, hello, IDS 105 students, and welcome to week 7, module 7 in your IDS 105 class. I wanted to take a quick minute and walk you through what is due for week 7, module 7, and how you can find everything for your success. So, as always, y'all know by this point in the term to find the week that you're working on, go to course menu, go to learning modules, and then when you do that, you'll see all the weeks of the course, and we're focusing in on module 7. Click on module 7. As always, it'll go over the introduction. Make sure you always review the content that's within your module and go over any required resources. What I wanted to point out here for week 7, module 7, is you will notice that you will see a discussion assignment in your class. However, please note that it is not graded. This discussion space for week 7 is here just as a space for you to ask questions, share tips for writing or putting together your project drafts or your project. Maybe you want to share some motivational strategies or time management strategies that worked well for you, or maybe you just have a question about the final project or any pieces, parts of the drafts or the template that you used. Keep in mind with this discussion assignment, do not post any pieces or parts of your project here in this discussion thread. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to do anything. If you don't have anything to say or anything to add to the class discussion for week 7, you don't have to put anything. It's just there as a space for this week 7 project work. Now, the week 7 project, again, click on project, guidelines, and rubric. When you do that, it's going to open up an overview of your project. Now, y'all, you have been working on this project all term long. Back in week 2, module 2, you chose a scenario, whether it was work, personal, or school, or you created your own. And then you have turned in project drafts during certain weeks of the term where you use that scenario and then any experiences you might have and examples to answer a series of questions, right? So we did project drafts in week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. So you already have this project template completed. Now, for some of you, you might have just used the template and typed everything right in here. So you have one completed document. Others of you might have gotten a little bit creative and maybe created your own project or made it look a little bit different. As long as you have all pieces and parts, the point is you're turning in one cohesive document that has all of the project drafts and all of the questions in one document, okay? Now, the key for this week is you are not starting over or doing anything new, okay? You already have your project put together because you've been submitting drafts from week to week, all right? What you are doing is you're going to take a look by going into your course menu and go to grades and go back and look at your project drafts from week 2, 3, 4, 5, and take a look and see if there was maybe any information your professor or instructor wanted you to add, maybe some more details, or if you were missing anything, go back and make those edits and changes. So here for week 7, module 7 for your IDS 105 project, you're basically just revising and editing that document that you've already been working on all term long. Now, if you've gotten 100% across the board on all those project drafts, that's awesome. You don't have to make any changes. However, I want to point out that for this final project, this week 7, if you scroll all the way down to your project rubric, you're going to notice there's this exceeds expectations category in the rubric. So if you wanted to add more details or add some more information to your existing project, you can do that, and this is the time to do that. You don't have to do that, but I'm just letting you know there's an opportunity to meet exceeds expectations. All right, if you have questions on this, you want to know more about it, reach out directly to your IDS 105 instructor because they can go and open up the gradebook, look at how you did on different project drafts, and answer your questions specifically. But again, here for week 7, module 7, you've already put everything together. Now you are just going to be revising and editing as needed, or maybe adding some information or details if you wanted to try to hit that exceeds expectations area, and that's it. So the discussion space that's in here for week 7, module 7 is optional. This final project, you've already worked on all term. Again, you're not starting over, you're not doing anything new. You just need to make sure you have one cohesive document. So that template, if you use the template every time, should be one big document at this point with all your answers and information. Again, if you got creative, that's totally fine. Just make sure you have all pieces and parts and questions and you turn in one cohesive document. That is due this week by Sunday of module 7, week 7. or before as convenient for your schedule. Okay, again, if you get stuck, reach out to your course instructor. This is, again, a great time to utilize the academic support team. And you maybe use the written feedback service. That's where you can click on submit a draft and you can upload your rough draft of this document, and you can select the areas you want the tutor to focus on, and they'll give you targeted feedback. Again, if you get stuck, use your resources. You've already put in all the hard work. Now it's just time to revise and edit as necessary or add in some extra details. Make sure you let your instructor know if you have questions. And just remember, happy week 7. You got this, y'all.